I can improve my skating better.
You will have to work hard, put in a good number of hours, train every single day.
Your goal was to do skating. So how did you manage it all? Do you do exercises before competitions or tryouts?
For my skating, we do a lot of running, we do gym, we do cycling, we do all of this.
Hello everyone, I'm Stuti Saroj with my co-hosts Avyan and Naisha, and we are super excited to be here with you all. Today, we have a very special guest with us who has been making waves in the world of skating. Anoli Shah, a famous speed skater who is an inspiration to many. Anoli ma'am's hard work, dedication have earned her a lot of recognition in the world of skating. And I'm sure that she has some amazing stories to share with us today. So let's dive in and get to know Anoli ma'am a little better.
So how are you feeling, ma'am?
I'm feeling very good. How are you feeling?
I'm also good.
Thank you so much for having me here. I've heard that you guys have a lot of questions for me.
Yeah.
So let's start?
Yes.
Okay.
So I have heard your name many times in many apps. So I was super excited to meet you. Now I have get this opportunity to meet you. So I'm super glad and curious to curious about my questions to ask you.
That's very sweet of you.
So my first question is that how did you become a great skater that you reached the Asian Championship?
I'm not a great skater yet. I'm trying to be one. But whatever I have achieved till date has been because of a lot of hard work, years of hard work and dedication and focus.
As I'm a skater, so can you share some tips with us that so I can improve my skating better?
Sure. You need to work on your basics, keep your basics clear and work on those things every single day. There is no shortcut. You will have to work hard, put in a good number of hours, train every single day, make sure you're doing things right, eat the right kind of food, have proper amount of sleep, study well and train well.
So who encouraged you to go in the skating field?
So it's a story. I'll tell you how it started. My parents wanted me to do something other than academics also. So they wanted me to pursue some kind of extracurricular activity. And they said, you can pick whatever you like, do whatever you like. But I was too young to decide what I want to do and what I like, what I don't like. So a friend of mine used to do skating. She used to go to skating classes. And then she asked me, do you want to come along? I said, yeah, sure. And that's how I joined skating classes. So my father basically gave me a little push to do something. I picked skating and I have fallen in love with this sport ever since.
So lots of people ask like what to eat in skating to become a master. So like what do you follow in diet? So can you share some food items to add in our food diet of skating?
So I try to eat protein-rich food and I try to eliminate a lot of junk food, oily food and sugar out of my diet. So fortunately, my mom makes different healthy recipes for me, which is, made of a food which is high in protein, low in carbs, low in fats and things like that.
We would like to know what is your favorite food, like not for the skating diet, but what's your favorite food that you love to eat?
I love all kinds of sweets. I love chole puri. I love things like that. What is your favorite food?
My favorite food is
Pizza. Yeah, everybody loves pizza, I think.
Yeah. So, like, what's the secret to and that improving technique that you have become so fast in skating?
There is no technique. There's just a lot of hard work. That's just years of practice and doing things right. Even when we talk about any sport, not just skating, it is important to learn the basics. It is important to work on your technique, your technical skills. And then after a point, it is also very important to work on your mental strength. So it is a combination of a lot of things, and that is what will take you further.
So how you handle tough injuries and falls? It's too painful. So how do you handle?
So when I fall, I tell myself that this is okay. This is a part of the game. It is a injuries and falls and setbacks are part and parcel of any sport. So whenever that happens, I talk to myself. I tell myself that it is okay. I need to focus on what I can do now and what I can do next. So I think it applies in life also. Whenever we have a setback in life, we can think about what to do next, right?
Yeah. So does it ever happen that it was such a great injury that you went to the hospital?
Yeah, a lot of times I've been to the hospital. I've had a lot of bruises, and I would go to the hospital for dressing, then some bone injury, then I would go to the hospital to get some x-rays done to check if the bone is broken or not. Sometimes when you're sprinting and you fall at a very high speed, so just for precautionary basis, you go to the hospital and check if you have a concussion or not. So those are common visits, but life doesn't stop there. You need to keep moving on. Right?
I wish I don't fall anymore in skating.
You won't learn if you don't fall. It's a part of the game. I still fall. It's not that you fall when you're just starting out. You can still fall, but it's okay. It happens. It's a part of the game.
So as you answered to Avyan's questions, I really had a good inspiration from you. Now I have a couple of questions to ask you. I heard that you're a Gujarati, and then Gujaratis are kind of foodie. So I would want to know, what is your favorite food?
I am a huge foodie. I have a terrible sweet tooth. I love all kinds of sweets. I love chole puri, I love chole bhature, and then I like Mexican also. I like a bit of Lebanese also. So I don't eat all of that on a regular basis, but whenever I get the chance, I try to indulge in that. What about you? What's your favorite food?
Mine, the most favorite thing I like is white sauce pasta.
Oh, wow. Okay. What about your friends?
My friends, I don't know. I never asked them.
So you just eat your khana and you're done.
I'm done. If I've eaten, I'll get up from the table and go.
Okay.
Ma'am, so as she mentioned, as you mentioned your favorite food, so being a sports person, when do you consume these type of food?
Very rarely. Generally at the end of a competition or at the end of a season. Never during my training period. Especially 2-3 months before the competition, I become very strict with my food. But after the races are over, I probably take a day or two for myself and indulge in everything I like.
Now, as you mentioned, how much time you take, at what period of time you eat all that food. Now, I would like to know, what is the proper diet? What is the proper diet for being such a good skater? Like, what do you mostly consume?
See, the idea is to see how much you're burning in a day. When you are a sports person, you're working out a lot. You're putting in a good number of hours of your day behind your training. So you need to check how many calories you're expanding throughout the day, and then you need to eat accordingly. And by calories, I don't just mean jo samne aaya wo kha liya. You need to have a good amount of protein in your diet because it is important for your muscles to recover. You need a decent amount of carbs in your diet because that is the major source of fuel for your body. And then you need a certain amount of good fats in your body. So these are the things that I keep in mind while making my diet plan.
Okay. Ma'am, so now skating is a sport, right? So do you think that skating should be done by everyone? So if yes, then why? Give any reason.
See, I don't think that skating should be done by everyone, but skating should definitely be done by the ones who like it, right? So you can maybe try it out in your school or maybe in an academy or someplace like that. And if you like it, you should definitely pursue it. As kids, all of you, you all should do whatever you like. You should check where your interest lies, pick your field, and then work hard in it. It need not be skating, it need not be swimming, it need not be a sport. It could be music, it could be art, it could be journalism, it could be writing, whatever you like. Pick whatever you like and work hard behind it.
I'll keep a note on that while making my career.
As you mentioned that you should choose your own career or own plan in whatever you have interest in. So you have an interest in skating. So how does skating make you feel? Like did you just pick it up as a hobby or?
No, very, very happy. Skating makes me, I still have the same feeling when I put on my skates as I had on the first day. So whenever my track is like my happy place. I go to my track and I feel happy. All my worries, all my stress, everything goes away. So I still feel the same about my sport, and that is the reason I could continue it for so long. Do you guys have a happy place like that?
Yes.
Yes.
What is your happy place?
So basically, I like reading books.
Mm-hmm.
So whenever I feel sad, like I go to my the school's library,
Mhm.
or in fact my room as well. Take out a random book and I just start reading.
Nice.
And other activities like sports activities or athletics.
Hmm.
I've been practicing athletics for the past 2 years.
Amazing. What about you?
My favorite, as she mentioned that when she is sad, I'm the one. I'll take out a page and start studying that.
Nice.
And sports, my happy place in sports is swimming. I love swimming.
Ah. And what about you?
As you say that your favorite sport is skating. My favorite sport is also skating. I am practicing skating from 5 years, and recently I went to the nationals
Oh, amazing. Where did you go?
in Panvel.
Panvel. Okay.
It makes me happy. Like if I have a stress, tension, it reduces it.
Okay. Well, keep working hard.
Good, yeah. Ma'am, so there might have been some tough times like in your training. So we would like to know that how do you still keep your motivation and keep on your training?
So you need to remember your goals all the time. You need to be. So for me, I had this habit. My cupboard was right in front of my bed in my room, and I had a chart paper drawn up where I would stick it right in front of the cupboard, and whatever goal I have, I would write that goal down in this big handwriting. So every time I would wake up, every time I would open my eyes, the first thing that I would see was my goal.
Okay.
So that's
What's your goal for the future?
so as of now, my goal is to achieve a certain timing when it comes to skating. My goal is to put in a couple number of hours every single day. Now, your goal could be anything. It could be maybe finish 5 books this month, right? Your goal could be swim faster by the end of the month. So you need to write down specific timings that I need to swim in this much time by the end of the month. So you should have short-term goals and long-term goals, and I used to write both of them down.
Do you everybody does some workout or classes? Did you do you still have a specific warm-up routine, or do you do exercises before competitions or tryouts?
Yeah, I do my warm-ups and activation exercises and everything before competitions also, and before my training also. It is a part of my routine. It is a part of any and every workout that I do. I do a lot of cross training also. So for my skating, we do a lot of running, we do gym, we do cycling, we do all of this. And even before skating, we have warm-up exercises and off-skate training exercises and drills and things like that. So it is always a part of the routine. And even when you're competing, you try to do the exact same thing. You try to stay in your comfort zone. You try to make your body ready for the event. So it is always a part of the routine.
That's great. Now, I've heard that there are different types of skating. So, I would like to know that what's your favorite type of skating? Freestyle, speed, or something else apart from that?
Mine is speed because I love racing. I love speed. That gives me a different kind of kick. So mine is definitely speed. Yeah.
Related to speed, you said that you love speed skating. Now, in terms of skating, who do you look up to? Like,
Since I was very young, I used to look up to my coach. He was a very good skater himself, and he always shared his stories and his life experiences when he was coaching us. So he used to tell us about his races, what he used to think before the races, how he prepped himself, what was his attitude when he was going into a training session and things like that. So since I was very young, I always looked up to him. What about you? Do you have anyone that you look up to
not
around you?
around me, it's my parents. They're seriously like a role model to me. They're seriously multi-talented, and that's the thing which motivated me to start new things.
Amazing.
Ma'am, so like we as students, we have been told by our parents like to focus on your studies. And because of that, sometimes like our activities get skipped. So what would you like to share to the parents watching this?
So I'm not saying studying is not important. Studies are definitely important. But as kids, if you are passionate about something and if you really want to do something, you will make sure that you finish your studies in a short period of time so that you can focus your time and energy into other things. And as for parents, I would urge all the parents today to let their kids be and let them spend time behind the things they love. If they're doing the things that they love, studies will automatically fall into place. And that is something you will have to promise them. So I used to spend 5 to 6 hours behind my training, but at the same time, I made sure that my studies never suffered.
Okay.
So,
As you mentioned that timing and all that, how did you or how do you manage your career, and like how do you get enough sleep if you go for trainings, and at what time do you get up?
you have to make it a priority. You have to list down your priorities. Like, for example, if you are serious about a sport or if you really want to perform well in an event, you need to prioritize your sleep, your nutrition, your performance, your training hours, everything above all the other things. Your outings, your social gatherings, partying with friends, going to birthday parties, meeting uncles and aunties and everyone, right? You need to tell yourself that, no, my sport is important to me, I need to do this. So that is why I need to dedicate my time here. And that is what I also do. Whenever I'm going to an event or anything like that, I make sure that my sleep or my food does not get compromised. And yeah, it's easy. It's not that difficult. If you love something and if you want to really do it, it's not that difficult.
So, like, you told that you love skating and your goal was to do skating. So, what's your secret to manage all these things? Like, when you were not a great skater, so how did you manage your studies? Like, your goal was to do skating. So, how did you manage it all?
Okay, do you have a favorite actor?
Yeah.
Who's your favorite actor?
Tiger Shroff.
Okay, now if Tiger Shroff's movie is coming out and this is the last day in the theater and you really want to watch it, what will you do? But you have an exam tomorrow and you have to finish 10 pages of reading before tomorrow morning, and you have 3 hours before the movie. What will you do? Your parents will tell you finish your studies, then only we'll go.
Finish the studies.
You'll finish the study in 3 hours. It is this simple. If you really want to do something, if you really want to make sure that you reach your evening training, then you will finish all the other things in time, right? You will not delay everything else. So it is just a matter of time management. You have to list down what all things you need to do in the day, and then you need to see ki bhai, if I have to study, I need this much time. If I have to train, I need this much time. I need this much time for food. I need this much of sleep. So you need to plan your day very well, and you need to stick to that plan. So that is what I do.
So basically, we have to manage our time and
Yeah.
finish our goals and all.
Yeah. I wake up and I plan my day. So this is going to be my day going to be like. That is what I do every single day. So I think it's a good habit to have. You can plan your days, weeks, your months, your years based on your goals.
That's what I do. Like I have a journal, so like the night before I write on my journal the goals for the next day, what I shall do, my schedule, and like everything I write in.
That's a good habit to have. It's a very good habit to have.
As students, we will try to, as you say, that we can time management. So we will do time management as a student.
Yes.
I seriously note down some of the points you told me, and I would like to ask you one more question. Somebody is the one to tell you to do something, or someone is behind you to continue that thing. Who was the person, or who is the person who is still motivating you to do all these things?
It is still my father. He still tells me that I should follow what my heart tells me. I should do what makes me happy. And in whatever I do, I should have some goals, and I should be trying to excel and be the best version of myself in that particular thing. He never asked me to bring a gold medal, but he always told me that whatever I do, or whatever I decide to do, I should be doing my best in it. There have been races where I've lost the race, but I'm happy. I've come out of the race happily because I know that I've given my 110%. And that is the feeling that you should strive for. So yeah, to answer the question, it is still my father who pushes me.
So thank you for your precious time for coming and taking some
So answering our questions.
You are most welcome. I had the loveliest time with you all.
Thank you so much.
It was a pleasure meeting you, ma'am.
Likewise.
Now, from this conversation, we understand that sport is not only a thing we like, it is knitted well in our curriculum and also executed well. Thank you, ma'am.
You're most welcome.
Thank you.
Thank you.